Hello. Come on in the room. Get settled. Hello. Damn, stop. Okay, there we go. Hit that button a bunch of times and it wouldn't just go off. Okay, hello everyone. I'm Mambo. I am Coven Mother of Vision Adontor. I am the founder and facilitator of the Charm School Mentorship Program. I'm your weekly reader. I'm also a dope bitch straight up out of Oakland. Hello. Come on in the room. Get settled. Hi, Elisa. Say hello. Hit the scale emojis. Let me know that you're with me as you come on in. This is a weekly reading that I give every Sunday, a free reading that I give to the collective just to let them know about the energies that lie ahead of them, what they should expect for the coming 7 days. Given that tomorrow is the first day of September, I feel like this reading is going to be really important for a lot of you who are tuning in. So please make sure that you are coming in ready to pay attention. Some of you guys tell me that you take notes on my readings, which shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all, because I don't even remember half of the stuff that I say in these readings until you guys come along and remind me. I am going to go live from my Instagram tonight if they allow me to. We'll see. Hold on a second. I did deny them access to my microphone. So just be patient with me while I allow this. Hold on. Here we go. Let's see. Hello, everyone. I know that y'all are looking at my ceiling right now on Instagram, and I apologize for that. You will be able to see my face in just a moment. Hello. I say it every week, StreamYard, get your shit together so I wouldn't have to do it this way, because this is not the most effective way to go live. Okay, so hopefully everyone who is on Instagram can see me all right. Hello, Kodan. Hello, Lavana. Hello, Tori. Hi, Aja. Hi, Sanidra. We're going to just jump straight into it with our general reading for the week of September 1st through the 7th. Ancestors, angels, and masters, walk with me. Elevated ancestors, I ask that you guide us through this reading. Please give me and those in the collective the wisdom and information that we need about the first week of September. Please give us wisdom and insight into the nature of the lessons, blessings, experiences, breakthroughs we will encounter during the week of September 1st through the 7th. Give us insight into who we need to be and what we need to see about ourselves, our habits, and our environment to move through these energies with mastery. Any wisdom shared is deeply appreciated. All right. As always, make sure you like this video as you come into the room. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, make sure that you subscribe. If you know people that can benefit from this message, people that are into tarot, people that are into wisdom, spiritual wisdom and insight, go ahead and share this link with them. The more people in the room, the better for all of us, okay? Put clarifiers over one card. Clarify this Four of Pentacles. What wisdom do we need about this Four of Pentacles? Any wisdom shared is deeply appreciated. Your money can't grow in isolation. Your finances won't stabilize in isolation. There are a lot of you all who have, if you haven't spent the summer, you've at least spent the last month restricting in terms of what you do with your money. And you have done this thinking that this is something that's going to lead you to your King of Pentacles moment. This is something that's going to bring you to financial stability and breakthrough. In fact, that is not the truth. And this is a week where it's really important that you confront any subconscious beliefs that you have around shame as it relates to money, or that you have around believing that you need to hide if your finances or if your material possessions are not where you want to be, because they will not grow in isolation, right? In fact, isolation and restriction is only creating a cycle in which you do not have the things that you need, right? So it's improper war strategy. It is in communion. It is in community with like-minded people. It is in collective collaboration and partnership that you are going to see the elevation and the breakthrough that you want. Very, very first card we have is the Moon card. We know that the Moon is about the things that are hidden, that need to be brought into the light and confronted, right? Whenever we get the Moon card, it is not only a nod for us to maybe do some moon magic. Some of you guys may be doing prosperity work. You may be writing prayers, but you're not syncing them with the proper cycles of the moon. You may be doing it in a by rote way, in a way where you're just going off of information online, right? You may be doing your prosperity work in collaboration with the new moon, when what you really need to do is have it done during the full moon, because you have false beliefs you need to let go of. You may be needing to do it during a waning moon because there's stuff you need to lay to rest. But there's something about the way that you're interacting with the moon that is not proper. Some of you guys may need to be doing your prosperity work around your menstrual cycle, right? Because the moon can also represent the menstrual cycle. But at its core, there are things that are going to be revealed about your relationship with money, about your relationship with abundance, around your relationship with values in general this week, that comes as a result of reflection, comes as a result of looking inward, right? And this represents that isolation that I was talking about. Some of you guys think that you're in solitude, but you're actually hiding. You're actually in isolation. So the Hermit is coming up to ask you, how are you using your time by yourself? Are you using it for reflection and breakthrough? Are you positioning yourself so that you can hear you over the noise of other people's opinions and understand what it is that your spirit needs and wants? And what are you doing with that information once you receive it, right? Because here's the thing, a lot of you guys think that if you just sit at home, you don't spend money, you don't go out in the world, you don't travel, you don't buy yourself nice things, that is going to bring you to your King of Pentacles energy. If that is what you believe, then you don't know the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is not afraid of a sacrifice. They're not afraid of an investment. They're not afraid to spend time up under the people that have the kind of life that they want, right? And they're not afraid to gain that information so that it turns into knowledge and wealth for themselves. King of Pentacles is watching the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles being about apprenticeship. So are you even using, and this is why this Moon card is here, right? Are you using knowledge that you've accumulated through your experience, through your networks and connections, the way a King of Pentacles has? Or are you hiding and using information that's really not to your benefit, but that's just used for you to justify not branching out, not going out, not connecting with other people? Now, why am I bringing this up? Four of Pentacles, clarified by the Moon card again. Some of you guys are engaging in not the wisest strategies around your money. You have not done the work of healing from some sort of recent letdown, or some sort of recent, what you experience as financial failure, right? And because you have not fully healed from that, you're moving in a survival mode where you think that hoarding your resources, sitting on your money, hoarding what you value is going to bring you safety and comfort, when it's actually going to do the exact opposite. Because what happens when people are starving? What happens when people are not watering their needs, right? They move from desperation. I saw a meme earlier today that said a tourist will congratulate themselves for not spending money for 4 days straight, and then on that fifth day, they'll run out and spend $500 and think it's justifiable. That's a Four of Pentacles thing to do, right? To sit on your resources and then have such desperation and anxiety about your money that you become prone to pyramid schemes, that people can take advantage of you, that you do something weird out of desperation. And before you allow that to happen, engage in your shadow work. Really look at yourself and sit with yourself and ask yourself, what are the scarcity-based thoughts that I'm having? And if I put them under the light, if I take them to Mama Moon and ask her for her insights about it, what is going to be revealed to me so that I can understand how to let these things go or to integrate them in a way that is powerful for me, right? I talk a lot about people who have the false belief that working hard at a job is going to bring them to King of Pentacles energy. No, it's just going to make you worker of the month, right? So it may not be so much that you don't need to work hard, but that instead of accessing your discipline for the wealth of someone else, you need to find a way to access your discipline for the wealth of yourself, right? So whatever the revolution is, whatever the revelation rather is, it is something that is meant to give you wisdom about how to move forward with your finances in a way that you can plant seeds that give you bounty in the future. There's something that needs to be pruned and chipped away at around your mentality when it comes to your resources, right? Because the restriction, the fear, the miserly energy, the penny pinching, and I'm gonna share this because Spirit is saying that this is also something that plays into you guys' Four of Pentacles energy. The comparison, the counting other people's money is not helping you. If you spend all this time looking at other people's harvest and counting their blessings and looking at what they have growing for them, that is time and energy that is taken away from your ability to nurture your own bounty, nurture your own garden. Make sure that what you have is growing and plentiful, right? So this is very much a week in which a lot is going to happen in our environment, in our lives, that exposes things that we do, ways that we leave ourselves vulnerable, right? The improper strategy that we are engaging in when it comes to career, when it comes to finances, when it comes to what we are building for ourselves, right? And fives, yes, they are chaotic. A lot of the downloads you get are going to be chaotic and they're going to be overwhelming, but they highlight how you are vulnerable in ways in which you may be victimizing yourself or leaving yourself open to be victimized by other people. The good thing about the Five of Swords is that it leaves us an opportunity to redirect, right? 5 is at the middle point before the 10. And so it gives you an opportunity, though, even though it's chaotic, to pivot and to move differently and to switch things up so that you can have better. And instead of being the victimized, you can be the victor, right? So whatever information you get about yourself this week, rather than defaulting to feeling like it's something that's meant to make you restrict more, take that wisdom because it's actually setting you up so that you understand how to fight and how to move forward so that you don't end up in a similar situation to what caused you to be miserly or to be restrictive with yourself, with your resources, with your environment in the first place. Another reason why this message is coming up, we talked about the moon. Yes, it's an opportunity for that internal reflection. We talked about the hermit, another opportunity for internal reflection. But as you have this internal reflection and as you get these downloads, don't self-isolate, because it's through collaboration and partnership that you are able to move forward, right? Two of Cups is reciprocity. It's love, not only in relationship, but also business partnership. There are people that want to see you win, and they want to be there for the ride. And it's like when they pour into you, they feel like they're pouring into themselves. That's the nature of that Two of Cups energy. So rather than sitting in isolation and feeling like you got to go at it alone, let yourself link up with the people who are like-minded. Let yourself link up and work in collaboration with the people who also want to see you win, right? So that way you have something to celebrate. You're not just feeling like you're dealing with the same wound and the same restriction over and over again. It's no coincidence that this Two of Cups is under the King of Pentacles. I always say that successful people do not get to success in a vacuum. Even these quote unquote self-made people, they had community, right? They had business partnerships. They had successful collaborations. They had community that funded their efforts, right? So yes, the downloads and the revelation are yours, and they are your responsibility, and they are going to come to you on your own. But you take that wisdom and you use it to motivate you to collaborate and work with other people, to get out there and find the like-minded individuals, so that you're not out here punching in the dark, right? Some of us are out here white knuckling in the dark, and then we are shocked that every month we are in the same position of deficit, or every week we are worried about something. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that you were not meant to do this journey alone. Yes, your blockages are deeply individual, absolutely, but they still may mirror those of other people. And there's somebody out there who has worked through these things, right? So if there are blueprints out there, if there's success out there, then go ahead and align with the other people that have already had successes, so that way you're not out here punching in the dark, okay? That is the weekly general reading. Since money and stability came up a lot anyway in the general reading, let's go into money next. I've had some crazy downloads while cleaning. That makes sense given who the spirit of your head is. Because she talks to me a lot while I'm cleaning my house as well. She loves a clean home. She loves a clean environment, so that makes a lot of sense. Also, cleaning is prosperity work. I say this all the time, and people don't want to hear it. They think that prosperity work means you got to go kill a chicken, or that you got to light 75 candles, or you have to have 4 melons, or all this other shit. But cleaning is prosperity work. When you clean and you push out debris, and you push out poverty, when you push out sickness, when you push out deficit from your physical environment, you are doing prosperity work, because you are creating a space for abundance and opportunity to come in. So it makes a lot of sense that you've been having a lot of downloads while cleaning. It was some petty stuff. Ooh, I want to know. You don't have to say it here on the live, but make sure that you share. Out with the old and in with the new, absolutely. And with us going into September, with summer wrapping up in the next 3 weeks, we should be in a space of releasing and creating a space, clearing a space for something new to come in. Absolutely. Ancestors, angels, ascended masters, spirits, walk with me. My elevated ancestors, what wisdom do we as a collective need about abundance, prosperity, career, and finance as we go into this first week of September? What do we need to be, and what do we need to see about ourselves, our habits, and our environment that will align us with the energy of money, that will increase the flow of money in our lives? Share with us the nature of the experiences, breakthroughs, downloads, revelations, blessings we will receive and have during the week of September 1st through 7th. Any wisdom shared is deeply appreciated. $11 people in the room. I don't believe that 12 people in the room. I don't believe that I've received 12 likes yet. So please make sure that you hit that like button as you are watching this video. And again, please feel free to share this link far and wide. Share it with people that you know could benefit from this message, okay? I'm just realizing I forgot to light my Apollo. I knew something felt off. Something didn't feel right. So I'm going to do that really, really quickly. And while I'm doing that, I just want to let you all know there will be one last round of Rich Spirit for the calendar year. It will take place in November. I'm going to start advertising for it this week. I know some of you guys feel like that's really far away. I'm telling you, it's September tomorrow. By the time we blink, it'll be November. And I'm not doing ritual during December because I want to take that time for my family. So if you know that you need to have breakthrough with your finances, if you know that there are blockages that need to be cleared and removed, consider joining us for Rich Spirit in November. I also offer Rich Spirit as a standalone service. So consider reaching out to me for what that entails. Also, you can book a Golden Shadows reading. The Golden Shadows reading is a relatively new format for me. I came up with it in the spring. People have had really good responses to it and gotten really, really good information from that reading. So definitely consider it. Stop worrying. There's way too much worry about money in this energy, in this group, in this collective. And you have to stop worrying for two reasons. A, it's causing financial blockages for you. The worry is pushing money away. I don't know any other way to say it. It's pushing money away. It's making it hard for you to see where your opportunity is. And it's just putting blockages on your heart chakra that don't need to be there. Spirit is saying when you feel yourself worrying, instead of potentially manifesting those fears and those worries, turn it into work, turn it into discipline, right? This is what being a spiritual warrior is. Not a warrior, a warrior, okay? Very first card. First of all, every time this happens, I make note of it. Financial reading, not a single Pentacles card here. So some of you all may be thinking, Swamp Siren, I know you're going to hate me for asking this. I know your face, but what's your name? Because I've seen this picture a lot, but you changed your name. And I just want to make sure that I'm referring to you as the right person. But it's good to see you. Thank you for joining us this week. Very first card, 8 of Swords. Manifesting your fears. Fears causing imprisonment. Some of you guys find it easier to be afraid of money and to worry about not having enough than you do to believe that you will have everything you need. And okay, La Balin, thank you. It's good to see you, La Balin. And you got to work on that because we are manifesting constantly, whether we're doing it actively or not, we are manifesting constantly. So if you are sitting around and if 80% of your time is spent worrying about money, worrying about where it's going to come from, worrying about whether or not you have enough, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to find yourself in a position where you don't have enough. You're going to find yourself in a position where you're at constant deficit. Be careful about the ways in which you create a prison for yourself when it comes to money. You would be better served, instead of worrying about whether or not your efforts are going to bear fruit, doing the work that you need to do to make sure that your efforts bear fruit. The Emperor is a builder. They are a conqueror. They are somebody who can literally create empire out of nothing, right? They create the world that they want for themselves. So turn your worry into discipline. You fear that you're not going to have enough money for something, look online for additional streams of income. You fear that not enough people are going to support your business, research ways to increase your profile, right? Look into ways to bring more traffic to what it is you do. Look for the meet and greets in your area where people are doing like-minded work so you can even figure out where folks are going, right? But turn your worry into discipline, right? Also, do protection work, because some of you guys are spending way too much time in that spirit of worry, and that spirit of worry doesn't belong to you, right? The emperor is the god of war. It is the god of war. So engage in strategic spiritual warfare when you find yourself worrying. Lay those worries at the feet of your ancestors. Go to your prayer altar, right? Light a protection candle. Figure out what the worry is coming from. Is it coming from my sacral, right? Do I feel like I'm not protected and that's why I'm moving this way? Am I lacking confidence, right? Is there something going on with my heart? Am I not trusting myself? And then work that chakra, work that area of the body. But whatever you need to do to protect yourself while being disciplined, that is a much better use of your time. And that is going to bring you closer to the financial stability and the comfort that you want. And it's going to do way more for you than worrying. Way more for you than worrying, right? And I mentioned several different things, but for the majority of us who are watching this either live or in the replay, it's a trust issue. It's a trust issue. Your heart's not open. You don't believe. You don't believe that you're going to receive overflow. You don't believe that people want to pour into you. You don't believe that people want to see you win. You don't trust that things are going to work out for you. There's definitely, pay attention to your heart chakra. Even if it's as simple as you sitting in meditation with your hand over your heart, your right hand over your heart, and meditating and asking your ancestors what you need, what it is you're struggling with in terms of trust. Do that this week, because there is a trust issue. And the Ace of Cups is about love overflowing, opportunity overflowing, right? People really wanting to love on you and see you win. But if you are moving from deficit and from the false belief that that's not out there, guess what? You're going to create a reality in which that's not out there. So what does that mean? Instead of reaching out and talking to people and being open to connection and hearing folks out, you're either not going to listen to what they have to say, you're going to rebuke or rebuff any kind of compliments or efforts for people to share your endeavors. You're not going to accept help. You're not going to be open to it. And there are too many of y'all / us who are sitting around worried about whether or not people want to see us win, want to help us. And we create that as the environment in our mind instead of being open to the reality that there's way too much, right? I say this all the time. I'm a win-win person. I choose not to be a win-lose kind of girl. There's bounty for all of us. The world is mostly water. We are surrounded by ocean. There's more than enough to go in everybody's cup, right? So your responsibility this week, hi Dulcinea, good to see you. Your responsibility this week is to create the structure through discipline, through protection, in which you feel safe and comfortable to receive. If it feels safer or easier for you to sit in stagnation and worry and create fear and create danger and invite that danger into your life, you've got some really serious questions to ask yourself. Not only is it pushing away your opportunity, but that's part of the reason why you're so fucking worn out. That's the reason why you don't have time. That's the reason why even if you sleep 10 hours one night, you still feel fucking exhausted, because you are literally walking around with the weight and the worry of the world on your shoulders. And there is no way that you can go into this next chapter of abundance, of financial stability, of opportunity with all this worry and distraction on your shoulders. It's no surprise that this 8 of Swords is over this 10 of Wands. The worry that you are letting imprison you is turning into literal weight and a monkey on your back that is slowing you down, and it's making it harder for you to move into what it is you want for yourself. So again, 9 of Wands over the Emperor. What's the wound? What's the perpetual wound that you feel like is coming back to you over and over again? 9 of Wands being the wounded warrior. right? And what do you need to do to protect yourself so that you can let that wound go, so that you're not being hurt over and over again financially the same way? Some of you guys, it's lending too much. You lend too much, too easily, too freely, right? Some of you all, it's not taking advantage of things because you don't want to move outside of your comfort zone, right? You only want to do the things that are fun as it relates to money. You don't want to do the things that are difficult, right? So again, going back to that emperor energy, some of you guys have been saying for years that you want to start your own business, your own additional stream of income, but you're not looking into loans. You're not looking into the resources. You're not figuring out what that looks like. Some of you guys have been saying forever that you want to refinance your home. You're not talking to somebody about how to do that. Some of you guys are saying that you want to own your home. You're probably paying more than rent than what you would pay in a mortgage, right? So what do you need to do to protect yourself? Through strategy, so that you don't find yourself in this cyclical place of experiencing the same wound over and over again. It's no coincidence that in the last spread, we ended with the Two of Cups. In this spread, we're ending with the Three of Pentacles. Slightly different meanings, but the same thing at the heart. Two of Cups being the card of partnership, reciprocity, having people in your life that are going to pour into you as equally as you do them. Three of Pentacles, like-minded community, people that will build with you. This is very much a lift as you climb energy, right? Some of you guys are not where you want to be financially because you fear networking and making community. You don't know what to do with your money and you won't talk to a financial advisor. You don't know what to do with your business and you won't go to meet and greets. You won't go to gatherings. You won't go to mixers. And you won't rub elbows with people that are doing similar work. And it's easy to be in this space of isolation and hyperfixation on your financial fears when you are not talking to other people. Now, this is also under that Ace of Cups, and we talked about the distrust. Some of you guys aren't doing this because you've been burned by community before. Same thing when you've been burned by a man or a woman or they, them, whatever you date, whatever your partner and dating preferences is. The answer is not to give up on love completely. The answer is to find somebody who is worthy of being with you. If you have been burnt by community before, and that is a huge part of the reason why you don't network, why you don't put yourself out there, why you don't do more, the answer is not to say, fuck community, I don't need community. The answer is to find a new community. You were only burnt by that last community because they were not like-minded. So Three of Pentacles, find other hardworking people, find other visionaries, find other people that will hear you out and will tell you that's a great idea. This is how you can build on it. Or here's how you tweak your idea. Or I've done something similar in the past. Do you want my documents? Do you want to look at my business plan? Do you want to talk to the loan officer I worked with? Put yourself in new communities with people that are capable of helping you build. I don't know who needs to hear this, but that last community only shat on your dreams for one of two reasons. A, they didn't have the scope or the bandwidth. They weren't able to see things for themselves. So that's what people do. They shit on something that they don't understand. Or, again, what did I say? This world is mostly water. There's enough to go into everybody's cups. You were in a fortunate position where you were around lose-lose people or win-lose people and not win-win people. So find the win-win people. Find the people that are going to work with you, that believe in collective action, that believe that there's enough room at the table. And that's why I love this representation of the Three of Pentacles, because it's people gathered around the table. It's more than enough room for everybody at this table. Find a table where you can sit at where people understand that there's enough room. Okay? That is the money reading. Hold on a second. My candle's doing a weird thing. All right. Should we do love next? How do you guys feel about going into love next? Hit a heart if you want me to go into love next. put a put a bunny if you want me to go into health next. La Balin says go into love. Okay, so we'll go into love next. Ancestors, angels, ascended masters, spirits that walk with me, my elevated ancestors. What wisdom do we as a collective need about love, romance, relationship, and matters of the heart as we go into the week of September 1st through the 7th? Who do we need to be and what do we need to see about ourselves, our habits, and our environment that will allow us to have the experiences of love and be experienced by those we love in the ways in which we want, in the ways that will cause breakthrough, healing, and connection for us. If there are any blockages or deficits, please reveal those so that we can heal them. If there are areas where we will excel and exceed through connection, reveal those to us. Give us wisdom not just about romantic love, but platonic love, familial love, love between mother, children, and father and children. Any wisdom about the different types of love in our life. Bring that to the forefront at this time. Any wisdom shared is deeply appreciated. Hey, KFS, thank you for joining. Oh Lord, I feel I'm afraid to even do. I'm not afraid. That's not the right word. I have someone that I did a reading for earlier this week, and they're going to think that this is just about them individually. That happens a lot in these general readings. Things will mirror conversations that I've had earlier in the week. So if this person is watching, I apologize in advance. If it's coming up in a collective reading, it's because multiple people are dealing with it. You're not the only one. So please don't have a hit dog holler moment. Please don't text me after this on. This is my Sunday, and it's a time of rest and peace. So I don't want no drama. Your lack of discipline is impacting your love life. Your lack of discipline is impacting your love life. There are some of us who are watching this reading who think that love and lust are the same thing. They think that love and love bombing are the same thing. You think that if somebody is not giving you things, particularly money or material goods all the time, that is not somebody who loves you. And that is not true. And you need to stop that ugly shit and get more disciplined about how it is you go around your romantic journey. You have a lot of negative understandings about love that need to die off. And the dying off of those lessons are painful. These are lessons that are coming from neglect that you may have received earlier in life. And those traumas are showing up in how you understand romantic relationship. And it is only going to put you in a position where you are going through a cycle of people who are predatory, right? So rather than feeling like these things are only valid if you get them from other people, learn to give them to yourself, learn to stand on your own, close this cycle of codependency, and learn about how to go differently. I'll go through this in a second. This emperor keep coming up for y'all, and y'all see me shuffling. Y'all see me shuffling. So you know I'm not pulling these cards out of my ass. You know I'm not doing anything weird with the cards. Emperor, the personification of the divine masculine, the personification of discipline. Somebody who has a vision for what they want in their life and their future. There are too many of us watching this either in the replay or live right now who have no discipline when it comes to love, right? So we either just, and I hate this phrase of falling in love. Like it's not like you just trip on a crack in a curb and you just land in love. That's a problem. You're letting romance just happen to you lackadaisically. You're not being disciplined about what you accept or the environment you put yourself in. And it's showing up. It's showing up in your romantic life. So the emperor is coming along to say that the same discipline you put into your workout regimen, the same discipline you put into your career, you need to have that about love. You need to be deliberate about what you want and who you attract, because right now you're just taking anything from anybody. You're acting like a beggar and you're letting things just fall into your hands, right? And anytime we let things fall into our hands, we put ourselves in a position where that thing can't control us. Devil card, right? Another thing about this devil card is that way too many of you guys are moving from your loins in terms of how you date and not moving from discipline and structure. Okay? So rather than moving like a beggar, rather than moving like you can't go to nice dinners unless somebody takes you, moving like you can't pay your bills unless you are attached to a woman or a man. Ooh, that's shade, because this is a reading that's really for, it's some homosexual men that are going to come across this video. Y'all. Instead of moving like you can't have what you want unless somebody pours it into you, figure out how to give yourself those things. Learn to stand independently for yourself, right? Whether it's financial, whether it is experiences. I'm always shocked when I meet people that are like, I've never traveled alone. Traveling by yourself teaches you how to travel with other people because you know what you like, you know what you don't like, you know what you don't want to put up with. So when it's time to travel with a partner or a friend, you know how to set your boundaries from the first place, right? But a lot of you guys are just accepting anything because you don't know yourself and you don't know how to stand on your own. And you feel like the only way that you can have bounty or overflow is if somebody else pours into you. And you got to be really, really careful about that. And you also got to stop dating from your loins. We live in a very lusty culture. And download, it's not just dating from your loins, it's dating from your addictions, right? So you like to smoke weed a lot. You only want to date other people that smoke weed all day. Well, if you sitting around smoking weed all day and your partner's sitting around smoking weed all day, is that emperor energy? I love weed as much as the next person, but when it's time to put it down, I know it's time to put it down. Have not smoked in 5 weeks. Probably will go longer, right? Be careful about the ways in which your addictions are running you, because if you think that a narc or a predatory person isn't going to see that and use that to pour into you and use that to control you, you got another thing coming. So be careful. Learn to practice discernment. Learn to stand on your own. For a lot of you guys, this is a painful cycle that needs to come to an end. 10 of Swords. Once you can really stand on your own and hold yourself accountable for the ways in which you have allowed your addictions to set up codependent dynamics in your romances, it's going to be painful. Because the revelations around the 10 of Swords, before you close that final chapter, it's painful. It's uncomfortable. That's why he has these knives in his back. It hurts. It fucking hurts. But guess what? When you have the painful revelations and you can let them die, it positions you to go into a new chapter. And guess what? You end up having new passions. Your passions will change as a result of these revelations. A lot of the things that you think you are attracted to will die in this 10 of Swords way, and you'll find yourself being attracted to new things, right? Rather than being attracted to the doughboy all the time, you may be attracted to a man who's much more disciplined, who's comfortable with working the 9 to 5. Instead of being attracted to the guy who sits around and smokes weed all day, you may find yourself being attracted to the gym head, right? And that may be good for you because he may motivate you to take your ass to the gym, right? Instead of being attracted to the dude who wants to play video games all day, you may find yourself being attracted to the museum head. And then the next thing you know, you're going to museums and you're going to art shows and things that you typically don't do. But in this personal work around getting clear on who you want to be, exercising the discipline around it, and executing based on that discipline, it will take you out of these lust-based and codependent dynamics that keep coming up in your relationship, because that's the only reason why you keep having the same pain over and over again. Way too many of us are dating from our deficits, our addictions, and the things that we lust, and we're not dating from strategy and discipline. So the more that you can get rooted in discipline yourself, the easier it's going to be, and literally your tastes will change. What you are attracted to will change. Your passions, the things that bring desire out of you, will literally change. That is the love reading. Hey, Nicole, when'd you get here? Like Megan Thee Stallion, her man got her outside doing all kind of new things, and I love to see. I love the Megan and Clay relationship, and whether they last. And people feel like if a relationship doesn't end in marriage, it's a failure. I think that's a stupid way to look at romance and dating. But I love the influence they have on each other. The video of her cooking him fish and spaghetti is so cute to me. He'd be happy as hell to sit there and eat that fish and spaghetti with his glass of fucking $500 wine, right? And you're right, he got her out here doing all kind of new stuff. I know people were talking shit about it. It's cute to see her online opening up her little stuffed animals and stuff he gives her, right? Instead of her being in this like flexy, you don't love me and give you unless you give me diamonds kind of energy, they are hanging out and doing like cutesy everyday shit, and it's adorable, right? You can tell that he really regards her as like precious and dainty too, which I think is something that she needs. But I love it. I absolutely love it for them. The fish and spaghetti takes me out too, because I'm a Taurus and I love food. I'm gonna be honest. I love both of those things individually. I've never understood them as a combination together. Spaghetti is so heavy, and fried catfish is so heavy. But if they like it, I love it. I was everyone assuming it's voodoo pasta for me. I wish the voodoo pasta thing would go away. Everybody ain't fucking. I'll say it this way: as a bitch who knows how to cook and who also knows how to enchant food, you don't need blood from any part of your body to get somebody addicted to the shit that you cook. You really don't. You really don't. All you need is a strong prayer and a good relationship with seasonings. Like, so I wish people would stop that. Ever since that white lady that Raven Simone is married to said she put period blood in Raven's pasta, everybody been running around talking about voodoo spaghetti, and it's not that serious. It's not. It's really not. Let's wrap up with the health and wellness reading for this week, and then I'll take questions from the audience. Okay. Ancestors, angels, and masters, spirits walk with me. Elevated ancestors. What wisdom do we as a collective need about our health and wellness as we go into this first week of September? What do we need to be and what do we need to see about our relationships, our environment, our habits that are either improving or causing deficit in our health? Highlight the ways in which we need to nurture our mental, physical, and spiritual health as we start this first week of September. Any wisdom shared is deeply appreciated. I'm from Texas. We eat fish with salad. Spaghetti with fish is random as hell. I grew up eating, we either have fish with salad, fish with pasta salad, fish with some greens or some cabbage on the side, maybe a couple hush puppies, but I didn't see fish and spaghetti until I was a full-grown adult. And I automatically assumed that it was like a baby shower thing, because y'all know baby shower food is random as fuck. Why are we eating meatballs in fucking grape jelly, right? Baby shower food can be random as hell. I thought it was maybe a baby shower thing, but apparently, from what I understand, it's a Midwest thing to eat fish with spaghetti. I don't know. I just feel like that is so heavy. I feel like that's the kind of food you eat when you really like want to have a comatose sleep. Also, like blood pressure. You eating spaghetti that got all kind of meat and sausage in it, and then fried fish. I love a fried fish. I love me a fried catfish. I love me a snapper. But with spaghetti that's already got pork and beef in it, like, child. Some of you guys are not sleeping, and we've been talking about our sleep for months now. But the reason why you're not sleeping is because you're not moving your body enough. It's the reason why you're not sleeping well, and then when you do sleep, your dreams are insane. You're having nutcase dreams, force wards, exhaustion. Exhaustion is wearing out the body, a deep need for rest and sleep. Y'all gotta sleep. A lot of y'all think about how much you need to sleep, and you don't actually sleep. You don't actually rest. So this being the card that fell out, definitely take some time this week to reevaluate your sleep hygiene regimen. There's a lot of work to be done around sleep hygiene. But the main thing that's coming up is that you need to move your body more. 9 of Pentacles and Ace of Pentacles are both cards about a need for physical care, right? Some of you guys don't want to work out on your own, and that needs to change. 9 of Pentacles, finding a physical regimen that is in alignment with you, that works good with your schedule, and something that's individual to you, right? Something that you're actually gonna do, right? 9 of Pentacles, very similarly to what's the card I'm thinking about? Like the Strength card, Star card to a certain degree as well, are all cards that are very much about, not Star card, Chariot, are all cards that are very much about authenticity and figuring out what works for you. So here's part of the reason why some of you guys are not working out, is because when you think of working out, you think of like CrossFit, you think of weightlifting, you think of shit that you don't want to do. Figure out what it is you want to do. And that's why this Ace of Pentacles is here. You need to switch up your routine, new beginnings around your physical regimen. Some of you guys literally need to invest in a trainer, which is why the Ace of Pentacles is here. Ace of Pentacles can represent investment. It can represent new beginnings, but it can also represent the things you need to pour new resources into. Physical trainers actually are not that expensive. We think that they are, but they're really not. You can find a trainer that'll work with you at least twice a month for less than $100 a month, if you really want to do it, right? But again, another reason why the Ace of Pentacles is here is that some of you all are wondering why your money is not right. Some of you guys are wondering why your money is not right, but your body is physically stagnant. And that phrase that health is wealth, it don't exist just because it rhymes. It's a real thing, right? If your money is stagnant, move your body more. Go out in nature, do walking meditations. But there is something financial that's supposed to come through you, and it's not coming through because of the stagnation that's literally in your physical body. Another reason why you need to move your body more is because your dreams are all weird and fucked up, right? There are some of you guys that are taking substances to go to sleep. So like you're taking NyQuil, you're taking that Mary Ruth's liquid, or you're taking things to go to sleep, and it's making your dreams do crazy things, right? And this is coming up because we know that Page of Cups although they are the dreamer, there's an aspect, especially when it's in debilitation, where they can just be delusional. Some of you guys are having crazy dreams and they're not from spirit, they're from drugs, right? You're dreaming about people that you don't know. You're dreaming about scenarios that can't happen in real life. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that your sleep hygiene is really, really fucked up, either due to drugs or distractions. Stop watching TV until you fall asleep. Stop watching TikTok until you fall asleep. Stop, Spirit is telling on me. Stop listening to Juicy J until you fall asleep. I will stop listening to Juicy J. I can't help it. His last 2 albums were really good. But whatever it is that you're doing before you go to bed that's making you have these off-ass dreams, stop doing it, because dreams are voyages, yes, but we can do things in the material that impact our ability to have proper voyages, right? So get better about your sleep hygiene. King of Pentacles under the nine of Pentacles. I'm gonna be okay. Whew. Some of y'all are not fucking enough. I don't mean to be vulgar. Some of you guys need to get some dick. Some of you guys need to exercise. Your libido is not getting the attention that it deserves. Sex needs to increase, right? A huge part of the reason why your confidence may feel off or you may not feel rooted in who you are is because you're not tapped into your sexuality, okay? So notice I'm saying sexuality and not sensuality. This is not the Queen of Pentacles. This is the King of Wands. He fucks, okay? And a huge part of the reason why he is so confident is because he is rooted in his sexuality. Bratal, no, you're not. I love you. I'm not going to put you on blast, but no, you're not. Some of you guys need to have sex. And here's the thing. It may not be sex with another person. You know, you got a hand. You may have a toy, but your sexuality is lying dormant, and that's having a direct impact on your confidence. And instead of showing up as a vital, confident, sexy person in the world, you're showing up as low-key asexual and disconnected. So the King of Wands is coming up under the Nine of Pentacles saying, yes, exercise your physical body, absolutely, but also take care of your libido. Like, you being disconnected from your sexuality is not helpful for you. The amount of people that are leaving the reading because I said that, y'all ain't shit for that. See, y'all be doing that. When I'm saying stuff y'all want to hear, y'all stay around. The numbers be in the 20s. Soon as I get real with y'all about what y'all need to do, y'all niggas log off. Fuck y'all for that. But the isolation is not helping you. You think it's helping you, and it's not. The isolation is not helping you. Get out there, meet new people, right? Even if you don't find somebody to have sex with, go flirt. Let yourself have that, because the disconnection is making you show up a little awkward and weird in the world, okay? And here's the thing. You can run from it because you don't want to hear me saying it all you want to, but you're going to end up having an experience where your ancestors are going to call you on that shit. Your ancestors are going to call you on it. And if you think it's embarrassing to hear it come from me, let your spirits have to tell you, hey, my child, we love you, but get your black backbone. Right? So go ahead and do the things you need to do. Again, I'm not in any way saying that you got to go and find somebody at a bar and hook up again. Even if you don't want to be with another person, if you don't have a partner, that doesn't mean that you can't give yourself an orgasm. But some of you guys are very sexually disconnected, and that sexual disconnection is showing up in you energetically out in the world. It's part of the reason why you hide. It's part of the reason why you spend so much time in isolation. Get tapped into your sexuality, okay? All right, we are done with the general reading for the week. We've done all 4 readings. Now I'm ready to take questions from the audience. If you have a question, go ahead and put it in the comments section. My information for love offerings is scrolling below. As always, they are not required, but they are helpful. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, it don't feel good when I be on here reading my ass off for 6, 7, 8, 9 people, and then I check my Cash App and I have $1.50. So if you have it, be generous. Spirit is generous with those who are generous themselves. Okay. While you are typing out your questions, I'm gonna go ahead and give updates. Ancestral Life Path readings go off sale at in about 3 hours. Actually, after 11:59 p.m. EST, they will no longer be available for $75. My reading for the month of September will go on sale, and those are the shadow work consultations starting actually right now because I'm gonna be in bed by midnight, so I just went ahead and changed the price. And so starting now, shadow work consultations are on sale from $80. That is a $45 discount. They are typically $125. So for the whole month of September, you can get shadow work consultations for $80. In addition to the $80 discount, I'm also running a Labor Day sale. The Labor Day sale will last until I believe Friday. If you use the code LABOR, LABOR at checkout, you get an additional 25% off of any purchase over $60 you make in my website. Okay? If you know you have wanted a shadow work consultation, fuck what you want. If you know you've needed a shadow work consultation and you have never gotten one, now is the perfect time to book. If you book it while it's on sale for September and you use the Labor Day discount code, you'll be able to get it for less than $60. It's never going to be that cheap again. Okay? So if you need a shadow work consultation, reminding you gently, Chiron is still in retrograde and it is not going to go out of retrograde until December 29th. So if you thought August was beating your ass, don't be surprised with what the rest of the year is going to do to you. Get the help you need, get your shadow work consultations, get your natal chart readings. But the code LABOR can be used for anything, for classes, amulets, anything on my website that's more than $60, okay? We were supposed to have our first Patreon class, which is Tarot Cards of Abundance, on Tuesday. But my colleague, Aoife Remy, had to reschedule her class for Tuesday. And because I want to attend her class, we are going to have our Patreon class on Wednesday instead. So the Tarot Cards of Abundance Patreon class will be Wednesday, 8 p.m. EST. Tuesday, the 16th, we will have our class on how to make a tobacco cologne. If you want to attend either of those classes that are Patreon exclusive, you have to join my Patreon at a paid membership level. I have paid memberships as low as $5, okay? So, and I'm going to say this respectfully, I love everybody, but don't come in my face talking about, oh my God, I want to take a class from you. Nigga, you can afford fucking $5. I'm sorry, I don't mean to go there, but it just be making me upset when y'all play in my face like that. So if you want to take those classes, if you want to learn how to read tarot, if you want to learn how to make a tobacco cologne, if you want to learn how to do all these things, if you want access to exclusive readings based on your astrological sign, if you want access to the eclipse season readings, join my Patreon at a paid membership, as low as $5. Tiers between $5 and $40, depending on the type of access you want. Okay? I believe that's everything for Sacred Alignment. The dates for Sacred Alignment, which is my hoodoo my hoodoo retreat, which once started off as a Divine Feminine retreat, but is now a hoodoo retreat. I work with Divine Feminine deities, so there's always going to be a Divine Feminine aspect to it. Will be June 26th through the 28th of 2026. It will take place in San Diego, California. If you are interested in learning more information and joining us, click the link below to join the intake group, okay? I believe that's all my updates for now. We got a lot of questions. Why are you reading the eyes out of me? I wasn't trying to, La Balin. I just got to read what comes up in the car. I didn't want to tell people that they got to go and have sex. I don't want to be in y'all sex lives like that. I did not want to be in y'all sex lives like that. And if you really want some TMI, if you really want me to overshare, I'm not lacking in that department in any way, shape, or form. So that wasn't even for me. That wasn't even about me. But in fact, I need him to get off me. But it's a message for those of y'all who need it. So just heed it, okay? What did my dream about a Native American looking man approaching me and touching my right palm mean? He told me something, but I don't remember. Ancestors, angels, ascended masters, spirits, walk with me. What does Dulcinea need to know about her dream? Who was the man in her dream? What is the wisdom that this dream was meant to give her, to provide her with? Any wisdom shared is deeply appreciated. Wait, I thought that I highlighted your comment because I know my memory sucks. And y'all still with me on Instagram? Okay. I thought, okay, there we go. Now it's highlighted. Okay. Because I have to highlight the comments so I can still see. Elisa, you fine as hell. Like, Lisa, you are so pretty. So if you out here not getting any, it's because you really don't want to. I know you ain't got no problem finding somebody. Elisa is so pretty. You and your sister are gorgeous. He's an ancestor. He's an ancestor. He has wisdom to give you about your lineage, how to tap into the ancestral treasury or the wealth of your lineage. He's going to return to you in your dreams. I would encourage you to go ahead and keep a dream journal. He's also a protective spirit around you, and he's specifically a spirit that's meant to protect you during your travels. High priestess. So this is a spiritual alignment. This is an ancestor. This is somebody that came to you very naturally. They've probably been around you for quite some time. And the more that you work on your own spiritual development and you get more attuned with the spirits around you, the easier it's going to be for you to receive wisdom and messages from him. 10 of Pentacles. He is a part of your bloodline, and he is directly tapped to your ancestral treasury. He's somebody who's going to bring you a lot of opportunity, generational wealth. I believe he may be tied to your father's bloodline, but I'm not 1,000% sure. That's just what I pick up intuitively. But 8 of Wands, he is going to be somebody that moves with you, especially while you're traveling. Anytime you need to be somewhere where you have to pick up and go, he's going to be very much by your side. So you know what to do, Dulcinea. Keep a dream journal by your bed every time you dream about him, because he's going to be coming back. 8 of Wands tells me that he's going to be coming back, so that when he does come up for you, you can write down things and figure out how to work with him. Okay? I'm excited to see what comes up in the future through him. That's exciting. Let's see. Is there another ritual I should add to the eclipse besides what I have planned? All right, that's a great question, La Balin. Let's see. Ancestors, angels, ascended masters, spirits that walk with me, my elevated ancestors. What does La Balin need to know about this eclipse coming up on the 7th? Is there anything that they should be adding to their ritual other than what they have planned, anything that they need to be mindful of in terms of spiritual regimen, spiritual hygiene, that they need to incorporate into their preparation for the eclipse at this time. Any wisdom shared is deeply appreciated. If anyone else has questions, go ahead and put them down. I got a little bit of time before I got to meet with my vampire group. So I think I can get through at least, see, it's 8:45. I can probably get through about 4 or 5 more questions tonight. No, actually, no, they want you to be focused on revelation. If you add too much to your ritual, it's going to be hard for you to receive the downloads. What you have is already very powerful. It's already going to reveal a lot to you. And they would much rather you be focused on being present and being open and aware of what is being revealed to you, right? That hangman card, which is about suspension that leads to reflection. You actually may want to cut back what you have. It may be a little too busy. And again, sit and do divination, sit with your spirits around that. But what I get from this hangman is that they really don't want you doing a whole bunch of stuff that's going to keep you busy or distracted because of the nature of the downloads that you're going to be receiving. That's confirmed through the Ace of Wands. You're going to get wisdom and insight that helps you in terms of reigniting a passion or igniting a new passion. Something new, a spark of inspiration is going to come to you through doing this eclipse ritual. I get that it's really, really fine the way that it is. You are going to have a lot of personal awakening as a result of what you already planned. So I would say what you have is fine. If anything, it's probably the opposite. You may need to pare it down a little bit, but adding or doing additional, that's definitely not what you need at this time, La Balin. Let's see. Tiffany wants to know if her ancestors were happy with their spiritual bath and offerings last night and if it was a success. Okay, I got you. Ancestors, angels, ascended masters, spirits who walk with me, elevated ancestors. What does Tiffany need to know at this time about the spiritual work that they did last night? Was their bath and offering successful? If so, what does that success look like for them? How is that going to manifest? How will they know the evidence of the success? If not, is there anything additional she needs to be doing? Any wisdom shared? It's deeply appreciated. We will wrap up with Nicole. I believe there's one more person between Tiffany and Nicole. So we will wrap up with Nicole. And then I will see you guys Thursday. We'll come back for happy hour on Thursday. I'm taking topics for a happy hour. So if anybody has any suggestions around what they want to see me talk about, please let me know. You can either leave a comment on this video, or if you are in my Facebook group, just answer the weekly poll. I'm going to start doing, I've had successes with the polls in terms of asking for happy hour topics. So I'm going to get back into the habit of doing that. Yes, your bath was successful. So here's the thing. Yes, your bath was successful, but your spirits would like to see you do it 2 more times. So if you have the materials to do the bath 2 more times this week, go ahead and do it. We have the Empress. So whatever it was that you did, it really, really opened you up for abundance, to birth something new. New opportunity is coming to you. Luxury and abundance is coming to you. Also inner peace as it relates to your divine feminine. And with this being the card of 3, I'm going to go ahead and suggest that you do the bath 2 more times. They liked it. It was an alignment, and they want to see you do it at least 2 more times. It's going to open up a lot of opportunity for you to have a spark of inspiration. You're going to be reconnected to your passions again. So I love that for you. It's also going to bring you a sharpness and a clarity in your thinking. Keep a small, I tend to, and I need to replace it, but I always have like one of those small 3x5 notebooks in my pocketbook, in my purse, it's a purse, in my purse that I keep on me, because that way if I get random downloads, I'll just write it down in there. And I've realized that I'm a lot more prone to go back and look at that book than I am to look at my notes app. But whatever the nature of this bath is, revelation is going to happen a lot throughout this week. A lot of downloads are going to be coming to you. So yeah, your bath went well. Let's see. Okay, hide this comment. Scroll back up. Okay. I'm not even going to pull cards on that, Bratal. I love you, Dan. I'm going to put this up just to shame you a little bit, respectfully. Is it time for me to start charging for my Reiki and crystal heal? Nigga, yes. Yes, we've talked about this. The spirits have told you this. It's come up 1,000 times. Yes. You need to start charging for those sessions. You need to go ahead and this shit, if you don't bottle this and sell it immediately, you need to sell your tinctures. Yes, all those things. You need to go ahead and start doing them. And it's not even just about you having the additional stream of income. People need those things from you. Do you not remember what you and Aja were out here literally pulling out of people in your Reiki sessions during the retreat? Yes, nigga, charge. I'm not even going to bother my spirits with that. You already knew the answer to that shit. I love you down, but you knew the answer before you even asked that. Love you down, but what the hell? You knew the answer to that question. Lovana, we found an old photo of a gentleman who looks like my dad, brothers, but we have no idea who he is. Do my ancestors have any insights on who this man is or any messages related to him? Ancestors, angels, and masters, spirits that walk with me, my elevated ancestors. What wisdom does Lavana need about the photograph that she found? Who is this person? Is it an ancestor? If so, what is the nature of the relationship? Any wisdom shared is deeply appreciated. Ratal, you're going to have to stop playing small, baby. I know you don't want me to say these things in front of other people, but you got too much. It's too much magic in you. Your medicine is too powerful. And I don't know if you think that we say this because I'm your godmother and your sisters are your sisters, and you think that your spiritual family just be gassing your head up. I don't know if you know this about me, but I don't give false compliments like that. I really don't. With the spiritual community that I left, I've encountered way too many bunk ass, weird ass, non-functioning ass products. You know what I mean? You need to release a line, and you need to start charging for your sessions, okay? Clarify the Five of Cups. What do we need to know about the Five of Cups? He is an ancestor. He was wealthy in his lifetime, but he passed in poverty. He still, even though he's a spirit now, he still carries a lot of sadness around him. But he does have wisdom to give you. You're probably, I don't know, do you do automatic writing, Lavana, is that something that you consider teaching yourself how to do automatic writing, because that's how you're going to be able to connect with him, right? 9 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles, somebody who lived very wealthy but passed with not a lot. I don't know if he was like dressed well in the photo that you found, but he was somebody who did not have a lot of he didn't have a lot of trouble making money, but he lost it just as quickly. And I get that that's something that brought him a lot of sadness in his lifetime. But a huge part of the way that he wants to show up, not just for you, but your generation in your family, is to help you avoid the pitfalls that he experienced in his lifetime. And again, Queen of Swords with the High Priestess, the card of the writer, you connect with him through automatic writing. Okay? That's what I'm seeing here. But yes, he is an ancestor. He can be 7 generations back or 4 generations back. It's unclear to me, but he's definitely somebody in your bloodline that holds a lot of wisdom to give you. Okay. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Nicole is the last question. Just want to scroll back up and make complete. Yep. Nicole, we're going to end with you. Okay. We're going to wrap up with your question. You are very welcome, Lavana. What do I specifically need to work on this week to minimize conflict at work? Ancestors, angels, ascended masters, spirits to walk with me, my elevated ancestors. What does Lavana, what does Nicole need to work on that will help her in minimizing conflict in the workplace this week? What will allow her to stay above the fray, to protect her peace and her energy? If she can't necessarily control the conflict at work, what can allow her to keep herself protected from it? Any wisdom shared is deeply appreciated. You got to fully give yourself permission to focus on yourself. There may be some sort of endeavor related to your work that if you can focus your inspiration around that and the downloads around that, like really building on this passion and pouring your focus and your energy into that, that will help you tremendously in terms of avoiding any conflict at work, right? It's coming up that you got to really shift your focus. I think that there's a part of you that feels responsible for having to listen to people. What I'm getting is like, you really don't have to listen to people like that. Like, people that are at your job are going to be adversarial. They're going to be annoying. They're going to be what they are. And the reason why this death card moment is coming up, because these two cards together are saying, if you give yourself permission to focus on what you care about and what's important to you, that will cause a transformation in you that allows you to move forward with peace. Because instead of internalizing the bullshit from other people, you're just focusing on yourself, right? Really giving yourself permission for that. As well as you need to go ahead and craft a prayer. It doesn't have to be a long prayer. It can literally be 2 to 3 sentences. Something that, and it could, even if it's not a prayer, it can be a mantra or an affirmation. Something that you say to yourself before you go into work, something that you can repeat throughout the work day to bring you back to self and to ground you into yourself. These are all cards of the individual. Ace of Wands is about personal inspiration. The Death card is about death of an old version of yourself to give birth to the new. High Priestess is about you being tapped into your own spirits. It may not feel comfortable because of the nature of your work to go to work and be like, fuck that, I'm going to be selfish. But low key, your spirits are saying that that's what you need to do. You need to be so deeply focused on yourself and the execution of what's important to you while you're there that you don't even have time. Fuck getting wrapped up in the conflict at your job. You won't even have time to be aware of it, right? Your energy is going to be floating around kind of like la 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 la, and you won't even be aware half of the conflict that's around. So that's what I'm seeing. You need to move in a way where you are deeply focused on you, your passions, what you need to learn, praying over yourself and being very, very self-full this week, okay? Love you all. Thank you tremendously for joining me this Sunday. I really hope that this reading was helpful for you. I hope that it gave you the wisdom and information you need. If you heard uncomfortable things about your sex life, I apologize to y'all for that. But I'm grateful that you joined me and that you took this information. If you can join us here 8 o'clock on Thursday for the happy hour reading, would love to see you there. In the meantime, go ahead and take advantage of the Labor Day sale. The Labor Day sale ends Wednesday night at 11:59 p.m. So you still have 3 days to use the code LABOR to get 25% off of any readings or services that you book that are over $60 on my website. Ancestral Life Path reading goes off sale 3 hours from now, but the shadow work consultation is on sale, and it will continue to be on sale until midnight on September 30th, okay? But book whatever you want. If you know you need a natal chart, if you know whatever you need, book it, okay? Love you all. Check out the replay. I will see you. Oh, Janae Jones, you're late. I'm literally wrapping up the reading now, but feel free to check out the full video. I'm going to repost it here and pin it to my Instagram page, or you can go to my YouTube, which is Mambo Soleil, SOLE, okay? Everybody have an amazing night, and I will see you all on Thursday, okay? Take care until then. Good night.